And welcome back to another Who Would Win. I decided to keep doing these. I did actually finally find a new job, so I might now have to stop double dipping on the Who Would Wins. I'll say this: I'll probably finish it out for the month of July. I think I'll do that, but after that, I'll just be back to my standard fray of Who Would Wins. But until then, we have from Sanity Productions. Werewolf by Night, Jack Russell is the general one, versus Clawdeen Wolf from Monster High. I already did the Moon Knight versus the other one whose name I don't remember. Now we got Clawdeen, who is the werewolf of that show. And, I mean, she's a werewolf. She is empowered by the moon, so she gets stronger in the moonlight. She has all the standard abilities of a werewolf. Enhanced speed, durability, strength. She apparently has hair growth abilities, enhanced senses, still weak to silver, and weak to, things like the heightened sensory overload. Smell, sounds, you name it. Jack Russell, though, is very interesting because in Werewolf by Night, the Marvel short we saw, the presentation, which was great, I love that presentation. We see that he's not really able to control it. He transforms at the full moon. But if we're actually going by the comic book version of him, he actually can control it, except on the full moon. What happens is he meditates, visualizes on the full moon, and transforms, but he's actually able to keep his consciousness, his mental state, all that under the full moon. Now, he's not as strong under the full moon as not as strong when not under the full moon. Full moon will force the transformation, and he is at his full power there, but he's also at his most savage. But he's still strong enough to lift like a ton almost a full ton of weight, like 115 pounds, or 1,500 pounds, no problem. He's got durability to take gunfire. He's got enhanced speed, enhanced senses, enhanced regeneration to the point where he actually was able to regrow his head for getting shot off by Deadpool at one point. That is actually really powerful regen capabilities. But like we said, he's still, with his weaknesses, still vulnerable to silver, and the full moon forces the transformation, and he doesn't have control over himself. He's also more wolf-like under the full moon. Whereas when he's normally not under the full moon, he's actually a bit more like Wolfman-ish. So there's that. Now, in terms of who wins, honestly, it's kind of the same answer no matter if you say whether or not he's under the full moon or if he's not. Because if they're not fighting at the full moon, she's not at her full power, and he's just a more skilled fighter fighting more skilled monsters. And he's frankly just appears to be the stronger type of werewolf. If they're under the full moon, yeah, she's at her max capacity, but so is he, and he's more savage and will probably rip her to shreds. Or Primal Instinct will kick over and something bad will happen, if you catch my meaning on that. So, and he actually has a regenerative capability, whereas she doesn't. So in terms of wolf to wolf, I don't think this is actually a very big contest. I think Jack Russell, or I think there's another one, Gomez there's another Werewolf by Night. I think Werewolf by Night takes this without too much difficulty, quite frankly. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you think differently. Let me know in the comments below if you do. Until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.